23savage is very... Well, Lacoste, I'd love to hear... The players are ready to play.
Yeah, let's let them play.
Very exciting game. So let's go ahead and throw it on over to our casters. Sunsfan.
Greetings, Sir Action/Sunsfan here with Cinder. We have game 2 of this best of 3 between T1 and Evil Geniuses. Cinder and EG takes game 1. Stop smiling at me right now. They took it in pretty convincing fashion, I have to say. Will T1 come back and force a game number 3?
I do think they have pretty good chances based on the draft. They addressed a lot of the problems that they had. They got rid of the Lion as well as the Puck in 2 different phases, something that EG have been incredibly successful with in this tournament. So definitely making their adjustments. You do, of course, have to give up something, and they will give up Terrorblade that EG still haven't lost with, so that's probably bad news. But they've got a lot of the stuff that they like themselves. They got their hand on the Doom again. They've got a Nyx. They've got the Leshrac on Cuckoo, actually, which was a very impactful hero in the series against PSG last night.
Yeah.
Over on EG's side, they're a little bit... they've switched to some heroes they haven't played as much. Fly on the Elder Titan is definitely a staple for him, but hasn't been picked too much this tournament. Skywrath on crit. So... I do feel like T1 are taking them, I wouldn't say out of the comfort zone. It's not like anyone on the EG team is playing heroes they're not comfortable with, but it's definitely not like their #1 go-to priority heroes that they've got their hands on.
And I have to say, the hero that, at least the talent side, and I guess maybe the public to some degree, that people really hate this tournament because they think it's garbage, is Tiny. And we're continuing to see it, and EG have shown that they have the aptitude to play at position 4 or mid and find success with it, as Zephyr just takes a rune there.
Yoink.
And they're going to take 3 for T1 as a result.
Yeah, Tiny's win rate is pretty abysmal. It's got a little bit better in the playoffs, I think, toward the later portions, because teams picked it a little bit more wisely, I think. I believe it's 1 and 8 on support, and something like 4 and 8 or something along those lines on core. So still not great, but in the right conditions can be a nice pick still. Usually what you're looking for with Tiny is the ability to, first of all, have a good lane matchup in mid, and secondly, be able to burst specific enemy heroes really easily. Obviously, one of the heroes you're happy to pick Tiny into is Leshrac. And might be part of the reason that T1 has chosen to put it off lane instead of mid.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, what do you think of the matchup mid though? It is Doom. It feels like this is maybe a somewhat farming lane. I don't, unless you can reposition Doom onto the tier 1 tower with Toss into something else.
Right.
Do you think anything's actually going to happen in the lane aside from farming?
Funny tip there. Yeah, I don't know what 23savage was doing there. That was a very weird blade fearing. I think it's pretty much a draw, that lane. If anyone comes out slightly ahead, it's probably Tiny, but that is strictly off having the tree. Or maybe some slightly better denying than Doom.
Okay.
Overall, I think they're both just going to farm. And there isn't that much kill potential. Like, maybe, like you said, the toss into tower with the Skywrath rotation can get a kill on the Doom. The other way around, though, there's like almost no chance, right? Like, how on earth is Tiny going to die to a Doom? Doom has to run onto heroes. You have both Avalanche and Toss to get him away. So I don't think Carl will ever kill in this lane until he's level 6. And at that point, he might even need a rotation to pull that off. So that's the good news for Abed, is he will just be able to farm. Nice blood.
Yeah, second Blade Fury for 23savage. The first one was a bit of a misclick, it looked like, but second one nets them the first blood.
They thought he didn't know what he was doing, but as a matter of fact, he knew what he was doing.
The ultimate, I mean, they are in the lower bracket finals, so I would realize that he is quite good indeed. As we did see, of course, RTZ pop in the meta pretty early here to be able to secure a ton of farm as Echo Stomp onto 2. And just before more harassment purposes as Fly. Once it comes back, he does get a ton of damage, but he's going to get Split Earth from Cuckoo. I mean, what are your thoughts on like off-lane Lesh? Because you talked about how they potentially moved that after seeing the lineup from EG.
I don't know. I think in this game it can work pretty well because they have a double stun lane against Terrorblade and Elder Titan, so they can hold their own at least and get farm. But Leshrac doesn't exactly have the best base damage to get CS against a lot of the safe lane carries. And with the ET protecting, I don't see kills being particularly likely for T1's lane either. Oh, Savage!
Oh my, Arcane was actually enough! Alright, so they end up netting themselves a return kill once they TP back. So EG, evening things up. 15 and 2 CS right now. versus the Abed Tiny 12 and 2. So Doom off to a pretty good start. And of course, it's just going to amplify once that Devour starts being leveled up even more, as we've kind of talked about every single Doom game, but that is pretty much all you can talk about. They do have double Doom potential this game, though, with the Soulbind. I feel like we see this combo, and then it almost never happens in the game. Why is that? It's just the positioning from Grim is difficult to pull it off.
The conditionals, right? First of all, Grim needs to hit a Soulbind. Doom needs to be in range and have Doom ready. Okay, well, they're going to chain him off.
All right. Yeah, the Impale into the Split Earth, but
and a lot of the time Doom lineups open fights with Doom, right? And if the Doom is going first, what are the odds you get a Soulbind? The enemy heroes need to be in range for the Soulbind. They need to be 2 heroes near each other, and Doom needs to be able to wait for that to happen. So it can be amazing. I think in this game, T1's chances of pulling it off are higher than normal because they have both. They have the Nyx, who's a really great setup for a fight. He will run in, stun Carapace for a long duration lockdown and force the enemy team to react. And when they react, that's when you can come in for your combo.
Zephyr getting chased by Fly, but he ends up netting himself a Water Rune and the Bounty. So just Fly kind of just run around there. As we see the tier 1 tower now. It's easy to be able to right click pretty easily with that meta again. That'd be the second of the game. Wait, sorry, Observer, click on whoever you just clicked on. They already had the shard queued up in their inventory for an upcoming item. Yeah, just go through all the heroes. We'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. All right, not yet. No, okay, keep going. Yep, you keep it up. All right, we're getting there. There, almost. There we go. All right, 23savage.
Man, I really
Maelstrom into shard.
And you just made him go through every single hero.
I like trolling people. Okay,
too bad.
My apologies, but I mean, Maelstrom Shard, that's pretty freaking strong. You can attack through the Blade Fury, you get extra attacks, or you get extra move speed while Blade Furying.
Yeah, he's specifically itemizing against Terrorblade, right? Like,
yeah,
that's what you gotta do. On top of that, he probably identifies that this is the kind of game where he can get 100 to 0 in a Dragon Knight stun plus Skywrath and Tiny combo. So a lot of the time you will need to use your spells very early in fights, and therefore increasing the impact of Blade Fury is probably not a bad idea.
I will not forget this.
It was 23savage after that death. I mean, 17 and 2. He's going to get Dragon Tail, but mid lane, we're going to see the Avatos combination with the Ancient Seal. That extra damage coming through.
Very easy kill. Doom is a pretty tanky hero early on, especially after the armor buff, but this amount of overwhelming magic damage when you're on the enemy hill, you just can't handle it. Like, Tiny plus Skywrath will 100 to 0 him every time with level 2 Ancient Seal if everything lands. I think you should pay a little bit more respect there on Carl in mid. So far, in terms of CS, EG are doing great. Leshrac offlane has 13 CS only for T1. Compare that to the Dragon Knight, who's doubling him up. Arteezy's doing very well as well. Basically, everyone on EG's team is happy right now.
Yeah. Oh, we have a haste on Abed. He gets the avalanche into the top, back into the fray. Crit again with the Ancient Seal. Fly is there. Can't really catch up, though. Scorched Earth is up and running, as we're going to see potentially Ice 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 take a tumble here.
Oh, nice kill.
So T1 finding some... I mean, they're up 1K, but of course, Doom effect and whatnot. But like you said, in terms of CS, EG doing quite well right now.
Top tower
and the hero in the shot right now is really going to be my big question mark, is Cuckoo on that Lesh. Like, how much is this offlane Leshrac going to be able to output? A big part of this hero's strength for me is the timing that it hits early when it's mid, where you get Edict really fast and you start taking towers. You just never find that same impact from the offlane because you're sharing experience, and usually you get contested a lot on CS, so you don't get the key items as fast, which has exactly been the case in this game. Like, offlane Leshrac, just his base stats and base attack just kind of suck in 2v2. Like, he does way better in mid because you have this constant access to water runes, you buy bottle, so you're farming with spells. Carl will be fine here. Yeah. Was close though. Abed is really being a bully.
I mean, that combo has been nerfed time and time again, so it's actually a little bit surprising to me to see them get that close. So we're going to see Echo Stomp connect on the Fly. He's going to be woken up, though, with the right clicks of Arteezy. Split Earth is not going to hit, and Arteezy nets himself a kill onto Cuckoo.
Very nicely placed stomp there from Fly. I think there was an escape path there for Cuckoo on the Lesh, but it was really hard to find it in that moment. Kind of just cornered him completely.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Very annoying for Abed, but he should be getting an 8-minute power rune here. They have full river control. They're going to place Fly in the bot rune. Abed is checking top. And he will find...
It'll be an invis.
Visibility. What a great rune for Tiny.
Yeah, that is a top tier one, no doubt.
He could look to kill Jugger with this. Together with Cret.
Yeah, Jug is second in net worth right now, so he's recovered nicely despite dying early on in lane.
That ward saw the smoke, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Are scanning.
So this won't be a surprise.
Pretty critical, because if this would have worked out, they definitely would have got a Jug kill and maybe even the top. Oh,
the question is, do they know that he has an invis rune on top of him?
Oh yeah, they didn't see the rune, so they saw the smoke.
He's not invisible anymore.
What?
So
Wait, what?
I'm not. Did he bottle?
He ran through a sentry.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
I didn't actually notice. He ran through the sentry and something saw him. He just broke it. All right, good job from T1 dodging that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice.
I mean, this is what Tiny's all about. It's about the burst damage, getting off to a good start, and snowballing. There is potential for him to turn into a pseudo carry later with the shard, being able to right click, but I mean, we haven't really seen a ton of that in this tournament, especially in the mid position, but I mean, Abed is obviously capable of pretty much anything, so we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, typically, after the burst damage of the coming out with the blink dagger, something like an echo saber will normally come through, but
this is bad for White.
You know, not bad.
Someone is gonna die.
Waiting for the ancient seal to. Oh, he's gonna find Whitemon to start things out. He's gonna get Science Phoenix and the Phantom's Embrace, but a double TP now for T1. Dragon Tail from Ice into the Mystic Flare. That's gonna net them one kill. The Doom already applied to Abed. It looks like he's pretty fast though. Can he get away? Nice Echo Stomp. He's gonna hold T1 in place, and as a result, Abed shall live. So that's gonna be a wasted Doom in the end. But now the Dragon Tail, looks like Ice finally takes out that healing ward. Avalanche not gonna prevent the Blade Fury, but actually did get the kill. Trying to TP out with that Blade Fury, but more than enough damage from EG. Arteezy died on the other side.
This is a side note.
Yeah, just a side note. The position 1 of EG did die.
Got killed by Nick Slash. So if Arteezy doesn't die here, this is obviously a huge win for EG. I still think they're favored in this trade. Yeah, you're going to see it here. So that's the Monoburn combination with the stuns, and Arteezy doesn't have Sunder skilled anyway. So both teams take a tower, and both teams kill the enemy carry. EG got a little bit of an extra kill there, and Doom was expended. So I will give them the victory there, but not by a lot. Good job from T1 to find a counterplay on the other side of the map. Kind of equalized the situation. So once again, we've got Carl with this first item hood.
Yeah, but this time he's going blink second.
No.
Okay.
Every time we talk about his item, he changes it. I was like, what is that? BKB last time he mentioned it, he went dagger.
It looks like Fly.
Maybe he didn't have a good time to make the joke. He actually did it. All right, let's see. When he has like 1,500 gold, he's going to switch to that.
Okay.
Maybe it's a tick he has.
Yeah, that could be. It could be. We've seen that before. Many a time.
Oh, I thought for a second he switched to it.
What would you prefer this game, though? Do you actually agree with the BKB first?
I still think he should buy dagger.
Yeah.
I do think. But honestly, I think the dagger is less good first item than last game. I think you have a better case for buying BKB this time.
Ancient Seal. Yep, they spot him out. Avalanche toss, and that just blows up Zephyr. And oh man, yeah, the Sentry in the high ground spots him.
Skywrath
nicely placed.
The Skywrath Nyx matchup is actually super interesting because everything is about information in that matchup. If Nyx sees Skywrath first and Sky doesn't have detection, Nyx can almost one-shot combo him. If it's the other way around, the Ancient Seal just blasts you with any spells. And you saw it right there. Easy kill for him.
23savage has to TP back to base, which means he can't really come into this mid lane. EG knows that TP is down. They're going to start with an Avalanche with a Soulbind to counter. Echo Stomp to counter that on top of it. Impale's only going to connect on one. Lightning Storm to follow.
Oh, now they do.
Yeah, they do find one kill onto Crit. The Earth Spiller does connect onto two, though, as Cuckoo getting right-clicked by Arteezy. Just enough damage to take him out. Meanwhile, Doom into the Inkswell. This will be a cleanup crew. Will they get the deny, though, is the question. Now, Abed does die to Carl in the end, so a 2 for 2. Now, Fly, Echo Stomp. Connect on the Whitemon. Arteezy still in that meta, so should be able to find himself Whitemon at the very least. Triple kill for him. Fortunate for EG that Arteezy is able to get all those kills. Now maybe a tier 1 tower to follow.
Yeah. It looked good for T1. They got the first kill and they got the Doom off on Tiny, and this time he does die.
But, Carl, Dragon Tail. He does have a hood. Mystic Flare does a ton of damage, though. They layer this pretty nicely with the Echo Stomp, but he is mega fast.
Haste and Hood will stay alive. But EG with another good move. They get the kills on Arteezy, 3 kills, as well as the mid tower, so really starting to ramp up T1 with a less than 1k gold lead with Doom on top of the boards.
And now we have
Radiant's
double
bottom
Blink
tower
Dagger.
is under
So
attack.
Ice with one, Abed with one. Expect EG to get ultra aggressive now.
And worth pointing out, as was highlighted a moment ago, the Elder Titan did not have his aura yet. Now he's skilling it. So we see the first point now come out in natural order. Of course, this is going to amplify the damage of Tiny and Skywrath significantly when the spirit is there.
Radiant are scanning.
So a really nice like amp lineup that they've got going here, a lot of synergies. Later on, if ET gets farmed enough, if he melees Jugger has so much base armor that just gets removed by natural order, and that will make Terrorblade just slice through him like
I was
no
a little
problem.
bit surprised that they picked an agility carry into Elder Titan, if I'm being honest, but...
And what options did they really have, though?
Yeah, there's not that... Oh, Ice. Okay. No Dragon Tail, Savage.
Reacts, did he TP and cancel
I think he TP canceled, yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure if they saw that, though. Dragon Tail?
Canceled.
All right. Ice
Still 100
popped
gold?
the Dragon form, so he's looking for more potentially.
Are they going to steal the dragons? Nope, they're going to jump.
Yeah, there's the Dragon Tail initiation onto Nyx Assassin Zephyr. Looks like he's going to get the better for now. Spike Carapace into the Impale. Now Ice will be the one to TP out.
Didn't cancel his, though.
Indeed.
So it's pretty low, but finds a regen rune.
Regeneration.
And EG want access to the triangle. It's similar to last game. They want to deny...
Avatos. Yep, that's a kill, all right. I mean, it's funny because we talked about the nerfs to Avatos, and I mean, there have been minor nerfs, but several times I feel like over the course of the last couple of years. I mean, if you don't get off to a good start, it's hard to actually take anybody out. But with the Mystic, or with the Ancient Seal and Natural Order, able to actually get targets that you normally wouldn't be able to.
Insane if everything is on top of the
Whitemon. Whitemon. Yep. Avatos again. Boom. Boom.
He didn't even land before he died. Didn't even take the toss damage.
The right click does hurt
Radiant's
now for
top
Abed,
tower
of
is
course.
under attack.
And he's going for the Echo Saber as we expected. Carl did not decide to go Blink Dagger. He didn't reverse us, Cinder, and so it will be that BKB.
He's going to switch to Blink before he finishes BKB now.
Yeah, after the Mithril Hammer Ogre Club, I think it's time for Blink.
I really hope he puts it in quick buy and then buys the BKB. Please.
Yeah.
We're gonna check.
That would be a great interview question. Why do you taunt us so, young man? But, crit in the vicinity for an Ancient Seal. Abed looking for more. Ice, okay. He's gone off into the Avatos and the Mystic Flare again. The Earth Spirit of the Follow. And Carl, I mean, if you had BKB, wouldn't be able to pop that off, but you get the return kill onto Abed. That is huge for T1. So it's a mid for mid. They do have a lot of vision here, but I mean, who is that better for? Actually, I mean, Doom is top net worth because of that Devour.
It's so irrelevant, really. In the grand scheme of things.
So again, Ice with the initiation. Inkswell is there. Healing Word on the high ground, so 23savage is more than fine.
I guess the one thing EG might have accomplished there, I didn't see how many TPs came out from T1, but if they rotated, for example, Jugger off a farming pattern and he TPs mid, then you can consider that a win. RTZ is obviously already well underway up here.
For 23savage, are you... Oh, RTZ?
They gonna try for this?
Maybe. Cuckoo. Doesn't have a ton of mana left, all right? We get the Echo Stomp. RTZ is here. And with crit, I do believe this will be a kill. Okay, Abed's there as well. Of course. Of course it's a kill. Who are we talking about?
But Skywrath Tiny is so sick.
From 23savage, this build, obviously I like it in general. We're going to see the initiation again from Ice, but he doesn't really have any teammates nearby other than the illusion of RTZ, which is still nothing to scoff at.
It's just pressuring.
I'm surprised no Manta is being queued up for Jug. Like, I feel like Ancient Seal, like, what do you have against that?
Yeah.
Oh, he actually switched to S&Y now, so you're going to have at least the status resist for it.
I'm worried for Jugger in this game. I feel like you need to dance around so many things to have impact. Like, if you get caught by Dragon Tail, you die. You get caught by an Ancient Seal, you die. You get caught by Avatos, you die. You even have to play around the Elder Titan Stomp too. Like, that can force you to spin.
Yeah.
Because if you take that, any of the previously mentioned spells can easily connect, and they're playing without a save on T1. They're gonna find Fly.
Yeah, Vendetta into the Impale.
Looks like
Cuckoo, solo kill, very nice. But Inkswell will connect here, so at the very least T1 gets some sort of a trade. Not exactly what they're looking for, but better than nothing. Yeah, we've seen these games like from the past where Tiny just takes off. This is not a recent thing that... I mean, typically they taper off a lot, which, you know, could still happen, but Abed is off to an amazing start.
It seems pretty clear that EG's read on this hero is that the damage isn't significant, so they're ramping it up, right? With both ET and Skywrath, a lot of the kills that Tiny doesn't usually find are a piece of cake now. And on top of that, something I feel like EG is doing an exceptional job at in this series so far and in the series yesterday is they get really good aggressive lane wards. They play for that Lion Dagger that they had last game. They play for the Tiny Blink to find non-stop kills and make parts of the map uninhabitable for T1.
That's very true. I mean, one thing to note, the courier for Abed was killed. That was his Echo Saber. Oh no, actually his Ogre Club's still a finish. I thought he was a little bit more farmed than this. I mean, he's been farming the heroes, but not so much the creeps, so his net worth is going to suffer a bit. But again, creates a lot of space for his team.
But that is a key point, right? Like, he's not exploding in terms of net worth, and
oh, Carl. They've been waiting up here for a long time. Great Ancient Seal. Have a toss into the Mystic Flare, but will survive. He does have that full BKB charge available. Off that Scorcher, trying to find Abed in the meantime, but looks like crit will be the sacrifice for EG.
You should be honored.
Abed does have
considering how aggressively EG's heroes are playing and how much of the map they like block, Jugger has really good farm. Like, this is he's only 500 net worth behind a Terrorblade who's had more or less free map access, so just finding really good farm on 23savage.
Link in again, trying to focus on the Doom, who's extremely tanky with both the BKB and Hood. Credit to Carl for not popping that BKB earlier. Very confident. Okay, Avatos now. He's not quite dead though. Gets out with just a sliver of HP.
Oh, Terrorblade illusion?
That's you sound very hopeful. Terrorblade illusion?
Yeah, it could have happened. But
a little bit more farm, but he does live.
He didn't pop BKB. That was scary. For Carl, he does stay alive.
Yeah, what do you think of the, I mean, -3 armor from the neutral item, of course.
This time he's going Kaya Sanj.
Okay.
And he committed for the Sanj, so I don't think he's going Dagger.
Yeah, Nether Shawl, of course, gives a ton of magic resist at the cost of armor, but most of the damage coming out from EG is magic.
What do we think about the neutral items? Apple is really, really good on Lash.
Apple, huh?
I don't. Yeah, so you obviously have the choice of giving Lesh the shawl as well. I think.
Oh, Omni Slash! Fly's gonna have to eat it.
Did Doom have the shawl on the last engage? He probably did. Yeah. So that's why he lived.
Yeah, his magic resist is crazy.
It might look weird to give this to Doom over Lesh, but honestly, they need all the magic resist they can get on the Doom because he is the front line.
Yeah, for sure. Cuckoo.
Okay, never mind. He is the front line apparently.
For now, he is. Split Earth is actually going to connect the Ice. Zephyr gets off the Vendetta into the Impale, and with that Blade Fury, 23savage
T1
able to take him out. But Abed with the Avatar, he's going to get stunned, takes to the Spike Care Base, into the Doom, and Split Earth to follow. Abed in a lot of trouble, and T1 doing really well right now. Carl actually gets the credit for that kill. The Inkswell again, this time connects onto Arteezy into the Impale, but there's the Split Earth. The Earth Splitter, I should say, onto Flash. 3 heroes hit. They're going to be able to take out Whitemon immediately. Zephyr looks to be the next. And now T1 has to fall back. Mystic Flare, not enough to take out Cuckoo. Be able to walk away for now, but the Arcane Bolt still following him. Concussive shot as well. Double Arcane Bolt.
He's close, he's fine.
Looks like he's okay. Oh, another Arcane Bolt, and with the Astral Spirit running after him. All right, actual reflection as well. And Arteezy ends up finding the kill. My God, the chase. The chase potential.
You're laughing at the Terrorblade illusions.
That was pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie.
What a sick save from Fly. I hope we get a replay of that. That looked so good for T1. Really don't blame them for going for that Terrorblade kill, but I think that was a 4-man stomp into Earth Splitter. We're gonna see it here. So they get this first pick on the Tiny by using Doom. This looks so clean, right? They chain their spells very well. There's a Grimstroke Silence, Nyx Stun, Lesh Stun.
Boom. Boom.
6 Splitter. They get the Sunder
and
off.
The Sunder. Yeah, that was really impressive.
And you're right, it is Split Earth versus Earth Splitter.
Yeah, that's
confusing.
It's okay.
If you're a new viewer and have never played Dota before, Sunstan is talking about 2 different spells.
Ice.
He usually talks trash and doesn't really know what he's talking about. Will call spells
that's
they're not called, but
yes,
these are 2 different spells.
Thank you, Syndrin.
You're very welcome.
Earth Splitter and Split Earth.
Yeah.
They're both pretty powerful in their own way, though. One is an ultimate, though, a little bit more powerful in the right hands.
And they do different things.
By the way, in that replay, Arteezy was about a split second away from denying Abed. That was super close. The right click was on the way, but T1 able to net themselves Abed. Who, again, Like, he's tapered off a bit in terms of farm. Is this concerning for EG?
A little bit, but as long as Arteezy is doing well enough, that's one thing Terrorblade really does very well, is being the true carry of the lineup. Like, you can have one or two other cores that don't necessarily scale insanely well as long as Terrorblade is safe. And once again, they do have the amplification to work with. In this game, they're going to open on ice. They have the smoke coming here.
Got into the Impale again, but Carl biding his time here. He has an actual Invis rune. Oh, looks like they're going to get the Mystic Flare off for now. Not enough damage, though, from EG. I think with, this looks like a kill onto Ice Ice Ice. Carl pops that BKB, wants to go further. Still has his ultimate available, but not really able to find anything.
Dire's top tower is under
Could have been a lot worse for EG for sure, but give credit to T1. Able to keep the pressure on here. As, Arteezy with a Lincoln Sphere, so fearing the doom, it seems. Zephyr, by the way, 1,000 away from finishing Aghanim's Scepter on Nyx's Assassin. This gives him the Burrow ability, and it buffs literally all his other skills. It essentially becomes like a siege. Not a siege, but like a, I don't even call it. It's almost like a lurker,
it's like an artillery
from StarCraft Brood War.
Become artillery. You sit down, you can't move, and your spells are better, and you're tankier.
A lot of times it feels like it's really, like the apex of it is high ground defense.
It's insane on high ground. On either team's high ground, really. It's great for sieging, too, if you get in position.
If you're in position, yeah. But you are against a toss.
You're against toss, you're against insane magic damage still.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is one of those games where you just burrow and you get spotted and you feel safe.
Are you surprised that he's going for it so early? I mean, we've seen it before this tournament. It's looked a bit underwhelming, I want to say.
I feel like it's stable, I guess. I think it's also about player preference. There are other items in this game that would have been really good, like Yule's, for example, against all this spell burst. Could have considered Lotus Orb for his teammates. But it is solid in a lot of situations, and I do think T1 are really late game focused here. So they want that big item that's going to help them later.
Carl and company are smoked right now, looking for potential initiation here. Might be baiting their Lesh a bit.
They would love to do Martizi.
Oh, yeah. They Soulbind. They're looking for the double doom. Carl pops the BKB. Really wants to get this up. Finally does. And there's the double doom we've been talking about. But EG on the run, and they have some distance here. This will be a big waste. Crit might have to be the sacrifice. Inkswell, Force Staff into it. So they'll net themselves at least one kill here. But looks like EG want to fight back. Ice 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 jumps in with that Dragon Tail. We see buyback onto Crit, coming back from the fight very shortly because that tier 1 tower is still up. Impale connects onto 2, but look at the Hackless Top. Onto 3 here, Earth Splitter to fall. It's literally everybody. Are you serious? Zephyr falls immediately. Sunder from Arteezy. He'll right-click Carl, it looks like from a distance. Fly trying to chase him down. Abed with the toss onto the other side, but Omnislash comes in now. Illusions are taking a little bit of it, but Fly will take most of it. Double kill for Savage. As now he's on the run potentially. Gets that Blade Fury off. Remember, he has the shard. So he's doing extra damage and the extra move speed applied. Abed gets the Avalanche toss onto 2. They're going to be able to find him along with Whitemon. So 4 dead in favor of EG. It did cost them a buyback. Cuckoo TP's out in the midst of danger here in the Roche pit. But what a turnaround fight from EG.
Dude, Fly did more damage than Arteezy that fight.
Fly has been the MVP for sure.
Terrorblade hitting for a big majority of that fight. Insane. It was literally 5-man splitter, right? I gotta see it again here.
Unreal.
So the healing ward is amazing here for T1. They're gonna group up around it to all stay healed.
On
it's
3.
a 3-man stun.
I don't know how all 5 of them get hit though.
And that's a little bit of a mistake there, I would say, from T1. Obviously, the Jugger wasn't spin, so it takes way less damage. But yeah, clip the Doom as well. And wow, the spell casting from EG.
And Fly takes all the damage from the Omnislash. The MVP of the fight for sure.
Crit did buyback here, however, so it wasn't a total tragedy for T1. But obviously it is
tail end of this replay again.
It is definitely overall a win for EG for sure.
Yeah. All right, well, Carl is very tanky. Has the Sage Kai like you talked about. The plate mail now going into the Shivas. We see the Avatos again with the Echo Saber being shown, but it's not enough damage to take out Whitemon.
What did he toss?
I think he tossed a creep, perhaps?
It just died midair. I didn't see anything come down again.
I'll take that.
I don't think he has the no target talent. I think that's on 20, if I'm not mistaken. Instant to jump. Ice, Ice, Ice. Let's get the Lincoln applied for now. Wymon and company, they get the soulbind off, but not really much come from it, aside from potential Ice goes gonna be close, but no TP for you. 50 seconds on the deck, and we haven't seen Roshan yet. 27.5 minutes so far.
So Cuckoo, with that Observer Ward pre-placed, knew that Ice had initiation plans, so he pre-cast the Yule, and as soon as Ice comes in for the stun, he gets Yuled and just counterplayed. And they have so much chain stun between Nyx and Lesh and Grim that Ice didn't get to play his hero again for that fight. Nicely done by T1. So as this game progresses, the Terrorblade is starting to really pull ahead now of Jugger. Obviously the last fight, a big part of that. Arteezy now 3k up, almost having Daedalus. A very big damage item for this game. Choosing to not go Skadi, which is pretty unusual, I would say, at this point.
Do you think it's because...
I did get the image creep, okay.
I think it's because he's expecting Ags on Grimstroke this game, is it not?
Yeah, but he already bought the Lincolns for that, right? It was for that and Doom, so it's like a double whammy, right?
Sure.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's why. All right.
Avalanche into nothing. Abed regretting his decision. Carl's very hard to kill right now. I mean, he has basically every stat in the game right now. As the tips come out. So that's a shard on Grim, right? So that's the Inkswell. Will hard dispel at the end as well as heal.
They're going to go here, right? One more wave. Nope, they're just running in.
Oh, Ice with the initiation. Mystic Flare, but the force have to get out. Lord Splitter again. On to 3 heroes. Delete 23savage from the game. And now Zephyr stuck in his lurker mode. Wrong game, my friend. This looks like a Roche pit for me, for EG.
Playing against what EG has as any core hero has got to be so menacing. Like, you get caught by anything, you just die. The amount of spell burst is ridiculous, and you don't have a save. They have no Lotus. They have. Do they even have a Glimmer on T1? I feel like the Juggernaut, like they tried to force staff him, right? They don't have a Glimmer. So basically their best play in that situation is, okay, we know you guys are going to try to spell combo him. We will force staff him and hope for the best. You force staffed him into this because he was facing that way. It's just, you get caught by Dragon Tail, you get caught by Tiny Combo, anything with the Skywrath Blast plus Earth Splitter. The damage is just insane. And this is not an underfarmed Jugger. He looks like he has nothing, but like, it's 2.5k health, he just vanished. You know, he didn't get to press a button. You're going to see the replay here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Force staff in. He's still caught within that Earth Splitter. Fly doing crazy work this game.
Yeah.
And that just set up the free Roche for EG. So that is the first of the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Close to Skadi though, for 23savage.
What's Fly closing in on right now? Because like, obviously being able to go in with the other Titan is going to be important. So getting with Ghost Scepter, more than likely, in order to do that, to be honest, like, he's going to Solar Crest an ally, Terrorblade, most likely, and cast his spells, and then he's probably just going to run in. He's either going to run in if he feels the need to apply the natural order melee or physical part, or he's going to stay out and get an extra spell volley, and he'll have the choice with this Ghost Scepter, obviously wanting to tank up the Omni Slash as well.
That's interesting.
I really like what Fly's doing in this game.
Oh, very good. Speaking of Omni Slash, Ice tanked a bit of that, but the BKB TP will be successful.
That's an Omni down. You traded it for BKB. I think that's a good trade for EG if they go again. It's such a big part of T1's damage, this Juggernaut, and without Omni Slash, not only does he have less damage, he has one less save. Like, sometimes Omni Slash keeps you alive because you manage to outlast and get a second Blade Fury. That part is not available, so only with that one now. Carl is looking bottom. They are pushing out this wave, and EG are looking to take top tier 2. Both teams pushing the tier 2 towers. Are they actually going to try this? He has Aegis.
Sure. I mean, they've done this before. Last game, they're going to pop that Lincoln's.
Ooh, I don't know about this.
TP's coming. Crit on the sideline here. We'll see if the toss back from Abed, who popped the BKB. He's the one that gets doomed instead. Soulbind actually does end up connecting on Arteezy, who's in the meta right now. So if they do kill him, that's pretty valuable. Savage with that Blade Fury coming off. Fly not able to really catch them. Anyway, okay, 2 heroes into the Earth Splitter to follow. Massive damage being applied, but Eondis does pop. Looks like the Impale's going to connect on 2, though. On 2 dead for EG in the blink of an eye. Now EG need to get out of dodge. Arteezy, meta is down. He's getting chased to oblivion right now. Ice. Okay. I mean, Abed ends up tossing his teammate there. There's a buyback now.
They're trying to keep Arteezy alive.
Arteezy at half HP. He does have Sunder. Gets it off for the time being. They're going to turn it around to Carl as a result. Nicely done from EG. Fly continuing to show his MVP status this game. Abed gets off the Avalanche. This would be a big kill for EG. Gets off the Avatos. Healing ward in front. Fly trying to connect. Oh my god, the damage from that tree. Echo Stomp not going to be there though. With that extra move speed from the shard. Looks like 23savage is fine.
Great plays from both teams here. I really questioned T1's initiation there, but it worked out wonderfully. So the reason I'm unsure about it is Arteezy has the Aegis and his team is somewhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But the fact that they try to save the Aegis with the toss back and they get the immediate doom on Abed actually sets that up to be a nice fight for T1. And Arteezy pops the meta and is less than half a second from Sundering Lash. If that goes off, the fight's just over. But T1 will kill him in time, and then they force him away afterwards and get the kill on the Tiny. So once again, very, very close game. Great stuff. But what a buyback from Fly as well in the end, though.
Oh, yeah.
Saving Arteezy and getting him a kill.
Great plays from both sides. We're seeing why these teams have made it so far in the tournament. And, I mean, game one kind of got away from T1. Like halfway through, I want to say. EG just started to snowball, but this game, 33 minutes in, like you said, pretty dead even. All right, Abed, another kill.
I think this is the only hero left in the game that can solo. And he finds it.
Yeah, probably. He does have the Hyperstone.
He's going AC, right?
Huh?
No.
He's just a casual Hyperstone for now.
Well, attack speed is good on this hero. It is very slow.
And he has, that's his shard, right? Yeah, so that'll give him the permanent tree that he will never have any downtime. It's always nice. I mean, if he goes crit here, Daedalus, and then you get Ags from Roche or something, that is when like Tiny, he doesn't even need to go in anymore. He just stays far back and just crits everybody down.
I am wondering what the reasoning is behind not finishing AC. If you're already buying the Hyperstone anyway,
I'm not sure.
Is he concerned about getting Soulbind into Dark Portrait and giving the enemy team an AC or something? Like, I don't know. Maybe he just, like you said, just wants to be a cannon. And obviously Tree Volley will do more damage, significantly more damage with a Daedalus than with AC.
Yeah, but the
jump.
Ice jumps in with the V3, another Force Staff.
Great
Earth Splitter does connect, but only onto one hero, and that's a lot blown from EG, so they're going to have to hightail away.
Actually,
they did pop meta?
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah. So if you outlast this meta now as T1 and then make a move, I think you have a really
question is, did they see meta though? Ice jumps in again, but there's the Inkswell with that Heart Dispel coming through. Soulbind onto 2 for now as Carl trying to get the double doom. He'll get it, but the Lincoln's popped on Arteezy. He has Sunder available for his teammate if he wants to go down that road. There's the toss in, but again, the instant Dispel from that shard. Arteezy getting Omni-Size, but the Illusion's taking a lot of the damage here. Nyx Assassin still in the brunt of things here. 23savage almost getting bursted down. He's going to spin and probably walk out, but the healing word is continuing to heal them here. Arteezy, how has nobody died this fight? Carl, Inkswell does connect. Can they burst down? Arteezy is the question. He does not, he's not able to get off the Sunder, and he will die as a result. 80 seconds on the deck, and now EG starting to tumble here. That is the second death for them. Abed. EG have to back away. Really good spellcasting from T1. I cannot believe 23savage lived.
Yeah, him surviving there is a big deal. And just like the unsung hero in this fight is Gravel. It's the pile of dirt sitting in the middle, stunning everyone the whole fight. There's literally just dirt. Here it comes, the dirt at the front door.
Yeah.
You want to wipe it off, but Radiant don't have a broom right now, and he's going to stay there.
This is going to be... Well, they can only get 1 Rax, actually, because the Tier 2 is up bottom.
This is a very, very big moment for T1. It's absolutely Lane Rax. No buyback on 2 heroes for 40 seconds.
Yeah, so EG will just have to give this up.
Good stuff, but not enough, of course.
Yeah, this is just going to delay things. I don't think they're looking to fight here at all. I mean, 30 seconds still. No Abed, no Arteezy. But again, silver lining for EG is they can only get 1.
Radiant's middle.
Great fight from T1.
We won't know about Roche in the next minute.
It's starting to show now. Obviously, we're going to see the replay here. So this Nyx stun onto Arteezy, not able to get the Sunder off. What is starting to, the swing that we're starting to see in the game is that EG are actually starting to struggle with damage. It's kind of crazy to think about, right? We've been praising how much magic damage this lineup has, but you're reaching a point now where the tankiness of T1's hero is starting to overtake you. The Jugger with the Skadi plus Aghanim's Scepter now has 3.2k health. Leshrac got an A on disc. You have It's also about getting the initiation, right? This time around, T1 got that double doom, even though one of them was on the Lincoln, they had the soul bind. And they were just controlling Dragon Knight all fight.
This Grimstroke shard is real.
Yeah, that too.
It is real. Well, I think 3 times in that fight. So Whitemon doing work is, I mean, he's way far away, but if he can get Aghanim Scepter, that will just add insult to injury against EG here.
But it really does feel like, you know, the way these fights happen, either EG jump and burst someone and get ahead, or they jump and burst, and if they don't get the kill, Tiny, Skywrath, and ET have used their spells. And you have like this moment of opportunity for 10 seconds where T1 are just flat out way stronger, and they just took advantage of it.
All right, Ice so has his Black Dragon now with that Aghanim Scepter. 23savage has Ags of his own, so he'll have Swift Slash, which I'm sure I'll call Omni Slash like 10 times because you never know.
It's 2 different spells if you're a newer player.
They look exactly the same, but one lasts longer. All right, Carl. Initiated on by Ice, but there's the Inkswell again. Not really worried about this combo. All right, Omni Slash onto Ice. He has his BKB. All right, again, Swift Slash, thank you.
Good call.
I mean, I prepped myself for that. Let's be real here. Juggernaut? Yeah, no way to take that out, but the Inkswell again. Hard to spell. Earthsplitter does connect. Soulbind onto 2. Swift Slash again. Now it's the Omni Slash, mostly applied to the Dragon Knight, but a nice toss in from Abed, keeping his carry alive. But the spin is just way too much damage. Does have buyback, though. He's going to buy back into the game. Dragon Knight's still relatively healthy here. Kind of low, though. All right. Looks like they do find flying. I think with that, Dragon Knight takes a tumble. Ice is down. No Dragon Form anyway, so with the buyback, wouldn't really be providing that much. But again, these towers are still up, so I think Roche is probably the play, but it's not going to be up for another 40 seconds, so another lucky break here for EG.
You could definitely go and take a tier 2 tower, though, if you want to as T1. But might just stick around the pit and play the area. What is this close to max respawn time? Like, do the players know that it will spawn before ET and Dragon Knight are up? I don't remember what the original spawn timer was.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But they could just scout that pit, obviously, with... Yeah, they're going to do it with a Nyx Illusion. Going to use that illusion. Was that an illusion escape? Wait, oh, he forgot how it works. He swapped the item out, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got...
Wait, huh? Do they have illusion escape? Am I...
No.
Wait, whoa. Okay.
No illusion escape.
He just had an illusion?
Good effort, though. That's a good effort. Yeah, so I think the next fight, if T1 can... I mean, they can't secure Roche yet. Obviously, it's not up. Or just spawn, I should say. Okay. I mean, EG are up in 10, and yeah, this is going to be pretty fast. This is going to be the Cheese and Shard in addition to the Aegis. And I mean, most players on their team have Shard already. I guess the Doom will take this one. So that's the Infernal Blade. The stun will last longer, and it has the old level death effect where if you're a multiple of 3 in terms of your level, or if you're above level 25, you will take extra damage from it. So it's just the extra stun is the biggest thing.
Honestly, when you think about it, really simple skill. You've never played Dota before. Just think about it this way. If the hero's level is a multiple of something, or it's not a prime, or, you know, just make sure, just hit them and hope they die. It's pretty much, just get the Shard on Doom, just hit heroes. It's fine.
You missed level death?
I honestly love that.
The best thing about level death was it was a Lincoln's Breaker, right? Like you have a Lincoln's Breaker already on the hero. But it was just too good, apparently. Yeah, it's kind of a weird spell. Multiples of 3 and whatnot.
I mean, I think what Valve did was they made the conscious effort of trying to cater to younger players. So they took out the fact that you need to know the table of 3s.
Yeah, I mean, the education system in America is really rough right now, so I can't blame them. Probably the right move. All right,
with Dota.
It's potentially the last fight here for EG in Game 2. They are up 1 game, of course, so they can survive this, though. Savage pops that Blade Fury. How they're going to find? I mean, Ice is a really hard kill. Pops the BKB a little bit early. He's very big. Swift Slash right now. Yeah, he's quite large. Soulbind's already expended as well. You see the Impale hitting 2 heroes, but there's the Doom. It's going to be onto Abed into... Was that an Omni Slash? Who the hell knows? Okay, they're going to get the kill regardless. He does have his buyback, though. Elder Titan ult comes out, but not able to connect for once on Fly. This will be a second Rax going the way of T1. Again. All right, Swift Slash the follow, the toss back in. Looks like Ice gets crumbled here. Double kill for 23savage, and that is a dieback. Arteezy gets off the Sunder. Not able to find Zephyr, though. He's really tanky in that burrow. 23savage, in the meantime, still has his Aegis. No longer, though. He will come back to life very shortly. Arteezy, he's the only one that does damage. A big toss back into the fountain. All right, 23savage, that's one way to die quickly. So as a result, they save Well, I guess they couldn't have gone for Megas anyway because that tier 2 is still remaining, but still a big kill for EG. But again, they lose their second set of racks.
There's
Hyperstone.
There's something in this game we've barely talked about that's actually a huge problem for EG. They have nobody who really kills the healing ward. It's the amount of value that T1 is getting when that healing ward is up at this point. All of their heroes are so tanky. You see 4K health now on the Jugger.
Did Ice 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 take his range talent for the dragon form?
He's level 19. He doesn't even have it yet.
That's Doom.
Like, was it?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I don't think Doom has a
the
talent with Elder Dragon attack range.
He was clicking on it.
Okay, sure.
I hate you so much.
All right. Yep. Me too. Let's see.
You hate yourself?
Yes,
okay, well,
that is
sense.
the secret to playing Dota.
I can't blame you.
All right.
And a nice toss back. I mean, that's always the scary thing about playing against Tiny when you're that deep. Difficult stuff indeed.
Has 100 seconds to drink water, though. Can empty that bottle if he wants to. Still has 30 more seconds if he didn't.
All right, he is level 19, you're right.
Yeah.
Very close again. I mean, that 150 range, I mean, that is something.
You need someone to break the healing ward at this point.
Absolutely.
It's actually negating so much damage from the Skywrath, from the ET. Even Terrorblade's damage isn't burst, right? Like, it's really fascinating to see in this game how EG went from seemingly magically within 5 minutes one-shotting people to not having enough damage anymore. It's literally like a switch was flicked with one extra item.
Yeah. 22K network lead for T1.
Yep,
they are looking really good. All right,
let's consider this.
20.
So, as it looks now, T1 more than likely, okay, will be jumped.
Right, yeah, Mystic Flare. No Aeon Disc. Just rely on that for now. Burrowed back in. Lurker form activated. 23savage. Yeah, you can see the spell again. Inkswell. I feel like that's really when the game turned around here. As crit, he's going to get soulbound, and there's the Infernal Blade, the extra stun into the War Stomp. And it's going to be an easy one for T1. Still an important hero to kill. 90 seconds of no crit.
Instant smoke. They're just hungry. But yeah, it's a good point. Like this Grimstroke Inkswell precast on Jugger. They precast on him, he just runs in.
Yeah.
If he gets comboed by Skywrath, it's going to get dispelled and he will get his stuff off. And he can even spin, obviously, if he wants to. It makes EG's decision-making so much harder. They're trying to bait.
He actually went the 20 strength talent. Interesting. We were kind of talking about this backstage, but I mean, it feels like a 50-50 right now in terms of what Dragon Knights typically take at 20. But like you talked about, the healing ward has been... They're trying to T1 saving grace, yeah. They're going to force out TPs. Actually, everybody's already in the base, so no big deal. But there's a double damage meta top room. Not sure if they're going to be looking for that. All right, Ice in the brunt of things, but nice first splitter. Carl's getting really low. Gets forced that, but he's still dead. Omni-Slash comes out, Split Earth. This is the shard from Leshrac as well. Seeing Arteezy do so much damage. Gets the force that from Light. 23savage is dead. Double kill for Arteezy. They're going to turn this around completely. Triple kill. And very little in the way of buybacks for T1.
Did you know that carries deal a lot of damage when they have Rapier?
Divine Rapier? Yeah, it's quite a bit. I mean,
that Doom died. So okay, so clearly T1 didn't know this was in play, right?
Well,
look at that damage graph. Arteezy with the 7K. Half his MMR in damage that fight.
And he's got double damage.
All right, what's his damage with that? Let's look.
Well,
so he gets another 280, right?
He's not going to pop it quite yet, but
boy.
yeah.
There's no buyback on Doom. This is possibly a lane of barracks for EG. They have double siege creep.
Buyback now on 23savage. He got it in the last few seconds
What
here.
a Rapier reveal. That was so high impact. T1 had no idea that they were mortal. Now we had the swing back. We've talked about how there wasn't enough damage on EG, and this one item pickup from Arteezy could swing the game around for them.
Yeah, and you have to go high ground against a Nyx Assassin, remember.
He has Aghanims, so he's going to have meta
annoying.
again for 10 seconds.
Oh, they just bought it? Okay. Yeah. So the Ags for Terrorblade, that's that big wave that fears you and gives you a few seconds of meta, like you said.
However, if you're burrowed, you cannot move.
Cuckoo.
So you just...
That's true.
You're just a very scared pile of dirt.
I mean, it's a stun, essentially, against the burrow target.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Look at this base defense.
Yeah, Split Earth.
Good luck, EG. And EG don't bother.
All right. I mean, that was still... I mean, they forced one buyback, but no more. Now, what are you supposed to do against this? BKBs and just hope for the best?
This reminds me of like custom games from Warcraft 3, like impossible bosses, you know, like the whole ground is just erupting everywhere. You need to dodge more than you get to hit.
Yeah, I remember when this first came out, I think most people thought it was kind of a meme. But
when it got the extra stun charge, it made such a big difference.
Oh, that's true. It was only 2 BKB.
Yeah, it got an extra range.
Oh, Zapper initiated on. He has Aeon Disc. It's going to proc here. Abed pops the BKB, and Now just trying to hightail away.
He has haste.
Cuckoo.
He's got ult.
Yeah,
No BKB.
there's the BKB. Okay, Ice in his dragon form. Now they can burst down the Nyx Assassin, and they'll do so successfully. He does have buyback, though. Cuckoo's Aeon Disc does proc as well, though. Now Ice jumping in. He has a lot of magic resistance. He's going to get Doom, though, and the Swift Slash to follow. What if he's going to buy back, but he doesn't have dragon form? See what they want to do here. The gem is on the deck.
Careful,
see if anybody
the ground
sees it
is
here.
lava.
Yeah, that's dodge.
Get the gem eventually.
All right, well done. Good effort.
Hey, that's a next level strategy. You drop a gem and bait the enemy team, and then you just keep putting split earths there.
Yes.
And then
that's a true mini game.
And then you see when they try to grab the gem, that's when you go.
Yeah, I'm in for that. I like it. You have some great ideas.
This got really exciting with that rapier purchase. It was close to T1 just closing it out.
Yeah.
And now anything can happen.
Tosses back the lash. Destroyed! 120 seconds because he just bought back. That's essentially a dieback here, and they know it. But of course, they have to defend their base. 12K net worth lead for T1 at this stage. Not that biggest discrepancy. We've seen many comebacks of this kind, but the 2 racks down is something that you have to worry about for EG. Still, that tier 2 tower remains in that bottom lane. And I think, again, I've said, I feel like I say this every cast, the Roshan is very important, Cinderin.
It is.
And it's up in 15 seconds, and they know that Lesh will not be up for this fight.
Yeah, EG could definitely go and grab themselves an Aegis for Arteezy's rapier if they want to.
And if this has an Aghanim Scepter, and you put this on, you could give it to a lot of people. Skywrath double spells, we talked about the tiny one.
I like it on ET.
Yeah, ET, the BKB essentially with the Astral Step. It is an Ags.
If you give it to Titan and he feels confident enough to walk in, Terrorblade will like 2-shot heroes that lose their base armor. Like, it's actually insane how much.
So you would
remove 31 armor from Jugger.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not good. I like all the Ags on this team right now. Okay. And it looks like this is going to be a freebie. They're going to destroy this thing super fast. T1, again, it's 4v5. They have to. Just give this up.
My God.
My goodness. This game has been turned around, Cinderin.
Arteezy with the Aegis.
Yep, 5 minutes. Ags, you were correct.
Titan on Ags.
Elder
Ags on
Titan.
Who is the cheese?
Right.
Tiny?
I'm not sure. But yeah, so just to recover here, the Fly Ags will provide 2 seconds of magic immunity per hero that you hit.
When the Spirit returns.
The Spirit, yeah. It used to be on hit, I think. Or it was through Echo Stomp.
Honestly, I think Fly could buy a dagger right now. You send out the Spirit, you run it through the heroes, you stomp. As soon as the Spirit returns, you blink on top of the heroes that you want Terrorblade to kill.
Sure.
Or you get the Shard, which is of course also an option. It is a little bit less, I would say, it's a little bit less reliable in the sense that you need to wait for the stomp to go off and you don't...
Yeah, the Shard is, I find that to be one really weird.
You get more flexibility with the dagger, but the Shard is cheaper, so it depends what you value more.
All right. EG trying to mount a comeback. Look at the net worth, Cinderin. You can see that that is not a BKB. That is, in fact, that Aghanim Scepter that we're talking about. But this game is dead even for all intents and purposes. Would you give the favor to EG right now? Obviously they have the Aegis, which is huge.
I actually think EG is far ahead now. They're about
far ahead. Okay.
Yeah, they're about as ahead as the win expectancy is not in their favor, but that's Dota Plus saying, hey, remember the other team has 2 barracks, but just right now in this snapshot, EG are definitely favored.
Okay.
Even though they're 2 racks down, T1 had a big advantage earlier.
Dire's bottom tower.
Probably, I would say T1's earlier advantage was bigger than the one EG has right now, but it's definitely... It's so crazy, right? We're in late game. All these heroes have 1,000,000 damage. I think T1 had, was that 3 or 4 Aeon Discs they have against the Terrorblade and Tiny Burst? They have 1 on Lesh, 1 on Grim, 1 on Nyx. Question is, are we going to see them buy discs on the other heroes as well to try to survive the initial burst? Because I think that's the key part here for T1 is survive the first volley, so just so you get your spells off. Like, if you get your stuff off, you can win fights, but you have to account for Arteezy in these fights now. The Rapier really demands so much respect.
He has a refresher in his backpack, by the way. So has the Ags for the extra, not only the fear, but the extra meta, essentially, and then an entire refresher to just double up on everything. So meta won't be down for very long. That's what I'm trying to say here. That is pretty crazy farm.
Big item on the way for Grim now. He's closing in on it. He almost has his Aghanim with a dark portrait. It obviously doesn't benefit from everything Arteezy has being an illusion. The rapier will not be as effective, but it is still a meaningful illusion for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
And it also is a Linken's breaker, right? If nothing else, you can use it to...
Ooh, there's a double damage bottom, by the way, but I don't think anybody has vision of that right now.
Oh, I have seen EG make this exact move in this exact spot against Vici Gaming. It delayed the game by 20 minutes. Let's see.
Arteezy thought he was unkillable, and it was proven that he was not. All right, Infernal Blade to start things out. Well applied. Yeah, he is very low. They don't want to waste the Aegis. It still has a little less than 2 minutes to go.
Last time they did this, they were against the Void, so they couldn't force Steph. But this time they can.
I mean, they could, but it wouldn't do anything.
Thank you, Shin. Very good. Good.
You know.
Technically correct. I can appreciate it.
Yeah, you've been doing that all game to me, so I figured I'd throw one back at you.
Technical correctness is the best kind of correctness. Absolutely.
I would
they could do something trash if they really wanted to. You are correct.
All right, do you think that this is one of those Aegises where you just get control of the map again and you don't actually try to go high ground? We saw this the other day from EG. After that first failed attempt, they just, the next Aegis, they kind of just sat on it for a bit and just waited for the following Roche.
I'm just wondering, so there's a pretty big difference between this and the Vici game in just the raw advantage, right? In that game, EG were like 25k gold ahead and Vici were unable to access the map. In this game, T1 already have really big items, so I don't know how big of a lead you're going to build over time here. I think it's a mistake letting the Aegis expire. I think you want to try to use it, but the problem is that the risk-reward is also a little bit... It's tricky, right? Because you have a rapier. If you didn't have a rapier, maybe you would be more likely to want to try to go high ground because of the potential loss. But losing a rapier is like 12k gold.
You're even more vulnerable when the Aegis is down, though, and you have the rapier. Then you really don't want to fight until the next Aegis is online.
Honestly, I feel like these moments, these kind of moments, is one of the hardest things about playing this game. Is deciding what to do right now for EG is so difficult. T1 are willing to take risks. They get out of base.
I'll take that.
Yeah, we got the refresher Doom, so we can get the double Doom.
Finding ET would be a really big pick, to be honest. That would not be a bad start, getting rid of that aura. He will have buyback, of course, but the connection points for EG are literally only the top outpost. If they lose that one, TPs are so far away. But they're obviously protecting it with their bodies, so T1 don't get access.
And again,
Aegis expired.
I mean, like you said, it's not a faceless void, but the split Earth shard, the Nyx assassin from behind.
High grounding is misery.
So difficult. Okay, Synderin. All right, I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not saying anything. Don't say anything. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Just don't say anything.
Okay.
We're at 55 minutes.
That's great casting, by the way.
We're at...
You know what I'm thinking? The audience doesn't.
No,
talk
that's not
about
true.
It.
They also know deep down
know.
inside. I mean, I'm just looking at the timer right now. 55 minutes.
All right, guys, I'll give you a hint.
I'll be excited soon.
Something has the potential of happening in 5 minutes if the game does not end.
Don't spoil it, observers. All right, 55 minutes. We're close. I mean, they have to wait for the next Roshan, I feel like. Unless some, you know, if T1 steps out of line here, potentially they go for a fight, but I mean, would you agree with me that you just have to wait for the next?
I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx it.
That's true, Zephyr. You're jinxing it. The fear comes out, but there's the Aeon Disc. Bike Carapace was already used. Astral, okay.
Double force staff.
Yeah, the force staff's already expended now. All right, that's going to delay a little bit more now, Synderin, which is exactly what we want. And the longer this game goes, the bigger and juicier this Juggernaut becomes as well. He is mega farm, is seeing the farm on Carl as well. I mean, what is he going for now? So was this an MKB?
Okay, so try to put into words what you... Oh, hang on. Try to put into words what you think would be really cool if T1's heroes could hypothetically get in this game. Like, imagine there's an item they can't buy.
Right.
What do you think their heroes could really benefit from?
Well, if I mention them by name, okay.
No, just say what...
Okay, I think an item...
if they had, like, more cast range?
No, I think the item for both teams is the item that would, you know, some sort of item that obviously doesn't actually exist in terms of buying it, that would apply, like, a Linken's and a Lotus Orb effect at the same time, and, you know, some stats on top of that.
That sounds really good. That would be very expensive, I think.
I think it would be like 9,000-10,000 gold.
What if you got it for free?
If you got it for free, that's game breaking right there.
Okay.
It's almost like
crazy.
if IceFrog wanted to put something in the game, it basically means he wants the game to end. Right. Which we don't right now because, you know, it's still an early game. This is still early game for us. as we a nullifier actually picked up by Abed. So the Aeon Discs are completely countered. This will apply a constant dispel to a target.
How about an item that costs 25,000 gold that you could pool into with all of your players, and when you buy it, you can swap out one of your heroes for another hero.
So, I mean, who would you even want to swap? I guess maybe
get techies and start placing landmines to siege.
Yeah, of course you would say.
All right, Toss.
Yeah, T1. All right, Toss back. It's a little bit of a baby one though. You can see the soulbind on the 2, but BKB is popped from Abed. That's a pretty big ult down. So they're not going to get the double doom, but Ice popped the BKB in turn.
You gotta love their confidence though.
Yeah.
To go high ground here. Like there's Roche is 1.5 minutes away. They know that the Aegis is down for EG and that they're playing with the fear of losing their rapier.
And they're playing with the literal fear. The ability with Arteezy, but not the hero fear, or the player fear.
No, he's coaching.
All right, Dragon Form is popped. Fly. What's up? Has some magic immunity as a result of that shard, of course, or the Ags. Man, yeah, we're seeing Dark Portrait being used constantly on Arteezy, who has his meta popped right now.
It was just his. Was that the meta?
Oh. Not sure. Ice gets the Dragon Tail on. All right, it's going to be a fight here. Swift Slash to start things out with the BKB by Ice into the 4-step. Now Carl BKBing into the enemy base, trying to get off his Doom. Gets the Refresher off. I don't think this is going anywhere right now. Zephyr looks like he's going to get popped. The Aeon Disc to start things out. The Elder Titan ult has already been expended. The split art, you really can't fight into this. Fly wants to get pretty aggressive, but they do take out that pesky Zephyr Nyx Assassin. And I guess that's the fight. 58 minutes.
Like, did you look like they're actually just watching each other for like 20 seconds?
I mean, they're
no
scared,
one can die.
Everyone's
and then eventually
scared.
you poke and prod and you get an opening on the one hero who can't move.
Right.
That is the one guy you killed.
Yeah.
Oh
exactly.
my goodness.
We'll see another viewer record for the AniMajor right now. As we see the replay here.
So I think 4-step might be on cooldown here for Cuckoo, right? You're still waiting. Nyx is turning. You can still turn when you're underground. And the fear, he wanted to save him there, but he got hit by the terror wave.
I think Arteezy bought a second rapier from him. The Splinter actually connects onto 2. The double doom to follow. This could be really bad for EG. Swift Slash helps finish off Crit. Both Flying Crit are dead. Buyback though on 1. As Cuckoo trying to apply some pressure at Arteezy in the backside. He's already at half HP. They're just gonna spin down Ice. It's a really bad fight for Ice, for EG in general, and now Abed might have to sacrifice himself as Arteezy. Again, you're going to have to give up this rogue with that double rapier purchase. And we are 30 seconds away from something very special. It's a Christmas present from Gavin himself. There's the buyback on Abed. It looks like they want to contest this, but this is going to be without their Skywrath Mage. FHP on the Roshan.
They're going to respect it. They could have definitely finished this.
I mean, they don't have the information that we do.
EG can't connect here. There's nothing for them to T1. T1 are like, wait a second. They have no outpost.
All right, this is Aegis, Cheese, Aghanim Scepter, and the Refresher Shard. That is an Aghanim's on Leshrac. He's the one that picked that up, right?
Yep. Everyone else has it, except Doom.
Well, Doom, I feel like Doom's is better, is it not?
It applies break on Doom, right?
Yeah. So this is Nihilism for Leshrac. It applies essentially Ghost Scepter effect to everybody around you and gives you extra movement speed. Something to that effect. They've tweaked it a few times.
You can open the neutral items. It can happen.
60 minutes. We've made it. Tier 5 items are upon us, ladies and gentlemen. I think Mirror Shield is the highest quality item for EG against the Doom.
Deso 2 for Jug.
Yeah, Deso 2 for either team, really, would be pretty
found
strong.
it.
Oh, okay. Deso 2 has been found by T1.
It's in the backpack.
He does. I mean, the BKB
nice.
is pretty important because he doesn't have a dispel himself.
Yeah,
right?
the horn is definitely good too.
But I feel like you take the staging for sure. I mean, all right, only one item has dropped. I'm trying to think of something else. So even like an item that is kind of underlooked, the Seer Stone for somebody like a Skywrath Mage,
or
just being able to use, or Nyx Assassin, just being able to use everything from such far range,
Stop jungling.
I don't think should be underestimated. I think that as we see the
Ex Machina.
Did they not pick it up? Ex Machina?
He did ping it. He knows it's there.
Okay. So Ex Machina, that's you get the items.
All right, really big problem for EG here. They don't have neutral items. They're not getting outside of the base. They're terrified and waiting. So the advantage that T1 is going to enter this fight with will not be 20k gold. It will be 20k plus whatever value you assign to these tier 5 items, which is anywhere from 0 if you get the wrong one to 1 million if you get the right one.
1 million? My goodness, that's quite
a lot of gold.
All right, well, Book of the Dead, all right.
It has definitely been so this was one of the items that we were going to say maybe wouldn't have that much value, but Book of the Dead has been buffed quite a lot. So even that is better. Now, if you're playing Tinker and you're wondering, wait, it says on rearm I can't rearm Necronomicon. If you have no ideas if you play what Necronomicon is, it's from that item.
You'll never know. Here's the initiation from EG. 23savage. Earthsplitter connects. That is the Aegis down. You have to be careful. This is a double Rapier Arteezy you have to deal with. And you can see the Book of the Dead going to work. Those are, in fact, Necronomicons. They're extinct. Wow. They're a very special species that have been extinct for quite a while now.
Going to work. They got one shot by Arteezy.
Very strong item. All right, so, okay, Ballista. That is the last tier 5 item for T1.
Oh,
and they do not have a good...
for them, actually.
Yeah, they don't have a good carrier.
That is the worst neutral item for their lineup.
I mean,
I think
with the right lineup, it could be the best, but you're right. This is pretty crap.
Not good for their team.
Whew. Okay.
It's in base.
They will literally just not even use it.
Arteezy, I don't even think you want it as EG either, to be honest, Ballista. You want a bigger stat item. As Terrorblade, you want like Apex or...
Apex, Giant's Ring even. I mean, the extra HP and be able to terrain walk all the time would be pretty huge.
Giant's Ring Dragon Knight with BK.
EG, this is the time to go into the jungle and get some tier 5 items. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's 63 minutes in the game, which means they've been available for 3 minutes. But the smoke onto T1... and they're going into the base of EG. This could be
if they're going to get this
game. And Arteezy, remember, he has the Lincoln Sphere, Refresher as well.
He has
Spot him.
Though.
The Lincoln's in pop. He's going to get off his mana, but he's doomed. He's going to get forced out twice to the other side, into the top. Back into the fountain he goes, and he's going to be fine as a result. In fact, all of this from T1, they've used pretty much everything, it feels like. Let's see if they can get a Rax out of it as well. The Doom is still applied to Arteezy, but now they can try to defend. The Book of Shadows, or not Book of Shadows, the Necronomicon, or the Book of the Dead. Back to life, Cinder, and they get a melee Rax, but the range shall survive here. Alright, nice. There's the nullifier applied, and it's not going to do anything as a result. Gets dispelled immediately, but they don't have the right-click damage to actually finish him off. Crit was initiated initially, but 23savage does have buyback. Zephyr burrows into Lurker form. Ice right on top of him. There's the Ancient Seal into the Mystic Flare. Double kill for Arteezy. No buyback for Nyx Assassin. Now they're going to turn this around. The cheese pop onto the left track.
Doom ready.
And Inkswell pretty important here. Carl. Doom. Oh, the Sunder quickly onto Carl. The right fist come out as well. It's not quite enough damage to take him out. Arteezy with the double rapier will finally die. It does have buyback, so 23savage picks up at least one Divine Rapier here. And Arteezy getting chased out by 23savage. You can hear screaming in the background. It's a 3v4 situation. Nihilism pops in the meantime, and that's going to be enough. T1 with the tier 5 item advantage. Take game 2. Gaben almighty, what a game. Woo. Goodness gracious, Syndrin. We got our wish. Tier 5 items come, and then we get a game 3. That was a back...